Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Friday, May 19th, 2023. Today we're going to recap game number 2 of the Western Conference Finals in the NBA. Look ahead to the game 2 of the East, game 3 of the West, and game 3 of the East. Hockey, an epic game 1 last night of the Eastern Finals. Look at the game 1 of the West, and then game 2 of the East and the West. We have baseball, soccer, WNBA, and then we'll also do like a season preview a little bit. Golf, NASCAR, the finale of American Idol, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start with the NBA and the conference finals. A very riveting game 2 last night as the Nuggets come out on top by a score of 108-103 to take a 2-0 series lead. The Nuggets core guys were like ice cold through 3 quarters, and then they woke up in the 4th quarter. Jamal Murray, 37 points in the win. Nikola Jokic had yet another triple-double. He's a triple-double machine, 23, 17, and 12. Michael Porter Jr. had 16. He came alive in the 4th quarter. Bruce Brown was good off the bench. And for the Lakers, LeBron had 22, 9, and 10, so a rebound shy of a triple-double. Austin Reeves had 22, including 5 3-pointers, kept him in the game. Anthony Davis, being so poor with only 18 points and 14 boards, 4 for 15 from the field, is the reason why the Lakers lost this game. Rui Hachimura off the bench, though, 21 points, was just outstanding. D'Angelo Russell wasn't good either, which was a problem for itself. Tonight, 8:30 TNT, Heat Celtics game number 3 should be game number 2 should be a really good game from Boston. My projections, Boston's having half total 224 and a 10th. And it is 9 and 215.5 over again. Like, the over hit easily last time. I think it'll go over easily again. I think that Boston wins game 2, and this is 1-1 going back to Miami on Sunday. And then Saturday, 8:30 on ABC, you have the Nuggets at the Lakers. My numbers are Nuggets by 4, total 229 3/4, and it's Lakers 5.5, total 223.5. I'll take the Nuggets to cover 5.5. That's way too high. Lakers will probably win, but I think that that's a high number. These games have been close in the series. So I'm going to say Denver plus 5.5 to cover. And then Sunday, Celtics Heat. If Boston wins, my number is Celtics 2.5, and if Miami wins, my number is Boston only by 0.5. No total yet projected for that game 3. All right, hockey. We had an absolute epic game last night to kick off the conference finals of the Stanley Cup playoffs as the Panthers come out on top 3-2 in quadruple overtime with 15 seconds away from 5 overtimes. Was that quintuple overtime? First start of the game was the overtime winner, Matt Tkachuk. He's just amazing. 13 seconds left in the 4th overtime. The number 2 star of the game with 63 saves on 65 shots to single-handedly save his team, other than Tkachuk, Sergei Bobrovsky, finally living up to that contract, as I said on a couple of podcasts this week. And then the number 3 star of the game with the goal and an assist, Seth Jarvis. So, great game. And you know you're going to be seeing some tired legs in game 2. So game 1 of the Western Finals is tonight, 8:30 on ESPN. You have the Stars and the Golden Knights. Should be a really fun game from Vegas. The Knights are minus 126. Dallas is plus 105. Over under 5.5. Minus 110 each way. Dallas plus 1.5 is minus 255. Vegas minus 1.5 is plus 205. I'm going to go with the under full game. Just like for Carolina and Florida. And then Saturday, 8 o'clock on TNT, Panthers, Hurricanes. Canes minus 152, Panthers plus 126, over under 5.5. Over is minus 122, unders even money. Florida plus 1.5 is minus 100. Canes minus 1.5 is plus 164. I'm going to go full game under here. because you're going to be seeing a lot of tired legs in this game, and I just don't see a lot of goals. And it's Sunday, 3 o'clock on ABC, Stars Golden Knights. So the first time a hockey game is on ABC since the first round. So I think that this series is going to end up 1-1 after 2. I just don't know who will win what game. Obviously, it's going to be Sean McDonough, Ray Ferraro, Emily Kaplan on the West, and Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, Keith Jones on the East. So Keith Jones looks like he's going to go broadcasting until after the Stanley Cup Final, similar to what Mark Jackson did in 2011 after he took the Golden State job. He finished out the broadcasting, and then he went and coached the Warriors for 3 years and got fired and returned to broadcasting. All right, baseball. We'll go over the results from yesterday, only a short window from yesterday, and look ahead to today and the weekend. Angels over to O's 6-5, Mets over the Rays 3-2, Marlins over the Nats 5-3, Yankees over the Blue Jays 4-2, Guardians over the White Sox 3-1, and the Cardinals over the Dodgers big 16-8. So the Cardinals look like they are turning their season around a little bit. They're only 6 back of the Brewers, although they are still under 500. All right, tonight's games at 6:30 have the D-backs up the Pirates. Zach Gallen and Johan Oviedo. Diamondbacks minus 184. Pittsburgh plus 154 over under 7.5. Overs minus 118. Unders minus 104. D-backs minus 1.5 and Pirates plus 1.5 is minus 110. Each way. Pirates kind of falling off after a good start. D-backs are playing well. For this one, I'm going to go with a bold call of under 3 Pirate runs at minus 110. This is just a bet on Zach Gallen, pretty much. 640 Yankees Reds. Clark Schmidt and Ben Lively. Yankees minus 162, Reds plus 136, over under 10.5. Overs minus 8, unders minus 112. Yankees minus 1.5 is minus 102. Reds plus 1.5 is minus 118. Full game over. Brewers, Rays, Adrian Hauser and Shane McClanahan. Rays are minus 255 and Brewers are plus 210. That's a pretty big underdog for a team that is in first in their division. Although Hauser hasn't been good this year so far. If the total is anything less than 8.5, I'll be willing to take the over. And then the highest I would go for the under is probably 10.5. Maybe 11. 7 o'clock, Cubs, Phils. Marcus Stroman, Ranger Suarez. So Ranger Suarez is back for the Phillies. Their favorite, minus 126. Cubs plus 108. Over under 9. Overs minus 102. And there's minus 120. Cubs plus 1.5 is minus 192. Phils minus 1.5 is plus 158. Marcus Stroman is kind of falling off after a good start with the Cubs. I'm going to go over 4.5 Phillies runs at even money. Tigers, Nats. Matt Boyd, Jake Irvin. Tigers are minus 116. Nats minus 102. Over under 9. Overs minus 105. Others minus 115. Tigers minus 1.5 is plus 138. Nats plus 1.5 is minus 166. For this one, I'm going to go with the full game over. Orioles, Blue Jays on Apple TV+. Kyle Gibson and Yusei Kikuchi. Jays minus 152. O's plus 128. Over under 9. Overs minus 102. Unders minus 120. Orioles plus 1.5 is minus 152. Jays minus 1.5 is plus 126. For this one, I'm going to go with full game over again. I think the Jays offense bounces back a little bit. Guardians, Mets. Cal Quantrill and Carlos Carrasco. Mets minus 152. Guardians plus 128. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 120. Unders minus 102. Guardians plus 1.5 is minus 154. Mets minus 1.5 is plus 128. So Carrasco against his old team. Lindor against his old team. Jimenez and Rosario in their old stadiums. We'll see the reception they get at Citi Field. So for this game, I'm going to go with Guardians over 4 runs at plus 104. Carrasco has not been good so far this year. 7:20 Apple TV Plus Mariners Braves. Bryce Miller and Bryce Adler. So the battle of the Bryces. Braves are minus 152. Mariners plus 128 over under 9. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Mariners plus 1.5 is minus 160. Braves minus 1.5 is plus 132. I'm going to go full game under. 8 o'clock, Rockies Rangers. Carl Kaufman and Martin Perez. Kaufman making his debut. Rangers minus 235. Rockies plus 194 over under 9. Overs minus 118. Unders minus 104. Rockies plus 1.5 is minus 104. Rangers minus 1.5 is plus 115. Because of the unknown with Kaufman, I'm going to go with the full game over. Royals White Sox. Zach Greinke, Michael Kopech. White Sox minus 126. Royals plus 108 over under 9.5. Overs minus 102. Unders minus 120. Royals plus 1.5 is minus 178. White Sox minus 1.5 is plus 146. I'm going full game over. A's Astros. Ken Waldichuk and Brandon Bielak. Astros minus 250. A's plus 205 over under 9.5. Overs minus 104. Unders minus 118. A's plus 1.5 is even money. Astros minus 1.5 is minus 120. I'm going to go with the full game over. Don't feel strong about it, though. Dodgers, Cardinals, 8:15. Tony Gonsolin and Steven Matz. Dodgers minus 130. Cards plus 110 over under 8.5. Overs minus 122. Unders even money. Dodgers minus 1.5 is plus 128. Cards plus 1.5 with minus 154. I'm going to go with the Dodgers over 4.5 runs at minus 105, but I don't feel good about it. Twins Angels at 9:30. Joe Ryan and Reed Detmers. Twins minus 126. Angels plus 108. Over under 8. Overs minus 118. Unders minus 104. Twins minus 1.5 is plus 130. Angels plus 1.5 is minus 156. I'm going to go with Angels under 3.5 runs at even money. Red Sox Padres. James Paxton, Blake Snell. So Bogarts against his former team. Padres minus 144. Red Sox plus 122 over under 8. Overs minus 122. Unders even money. Boston plus 1.5 is minus 70. Padres minus 1.5 is plus 140. For this one, I'm going to go with over 3.5 Red Sox runs, minus 115. I just don't think Blake Snell is that good anymore. And then 10-15 Marlins Giants. Sandy Alcantara, Anthony DeSclafani. Giants minus 118. Marlins even money. Over under 7.5. Overs plus 102. Unders minus 124. Marlins plus 1.5 is minus 196. Giants minus 1.5 is plus 164. I'm going to go with the Marlins trade up at even money. They kind of need to get going. So does Sandy Alcantara. Saturday, 2 o'clock, Royals, White Sox. Jordan Lyles, Lucas Giolito. 3 o'clock, Orioles, Jays. Grayson Rodriguez, Alek Manoah. 4 o'clock, Cubs, Phillies. Jameson Taillon, Aaron Nola. Rockies, Rangers. Kyle Freeland, John Gray. Tigers, Nats. Alex Faedo, Patrick Corbin. Marlins, Giants. Braxton Garrett, Logan Webb. D-backs, Pirates. Brendan Effat. And Mitch Keller. Yankees, Reds. Uno's going for the Yankees and Luke Weaver's going for the Reds. So it's probably going to be that opener scenario that the Yankees presented with Cordero and Brito like they did against the Blue Jays the other day. Or, wait, that was Monday, right? Was that Tuesday? Yeah, that was Monday. Cole was Wednesday. Cortez was Thursday. And then Clark Schmidt was Sunday against the Rays. And then Severino's going Sunday. Oh, and Herman. That's right, Herman went. Forgot about that, the sticky stuff. Guardians, Mets, Tanner Bebe and Max Scherzer. Brewers, Rays at Fox Sports 1. We don't know what's going for Milwaukee, and Zach Eflin's going for Tampa. Astros hosting the A's. JP Sears, Hunter Brown. 7:15 on Fox, Dodgers, Cardinals. Noah Syndergaard and Miles Mikolas. Also on Fox, Mariners, Braves, Logan Gilbert. And we don't know what's going for Atlanta. 10 o'clock, Twins, Angels. Louis Varland and Patrick Sandoval. And then Red Sox, Padres, Chris Sale and Joe Musgrove. Sunday, 11:30 on Peacock, Yankees, Reds. Luis Severino making his season debut against Hunter Green. That's a good pitching matchup, too. 1:30 Cubs, Phils. Justin Steele's gone for Philly, Tigers, Nats. Joey Wentz, Josiah Gray, Mariners, Braves. George Kirby, Charlie Morton. D-backs, Pirates. Merrill Kelly, Rosny Contreras. Orioles, Jays. Dean Kremer, Kevin Gausman. Brewers, Rays. Freddie Peralta, we don't know what's going for Tampa. 2 o'clock, Royals, White Sox. Brad Keller, Lance Lynn. A's, Astros. Kyle Muller, Framber Valdez. 2:15, Dodgers, Cards. Clayton Kershaw, Jack Flaherty. 2:30, Rockies, Rangers. Connor Seabold, Andrew Heaney. Mariners, Giants at 4. Marlins, my bad. Jesus Luzardo, Alex Wood. Twins, Angels. Pablo Lopez, Shohei Ohtani. Red Sox, Padres. Corey Kluber and Michael Wacha. And Sunday Night Baseball, Guardians at the Mets. Shane Bieber, Justin Verlander. So that's a pretty big name pitching matchup right there. And exactly what ESPN wants. All right, now move on to soccer. We have results to go over, and we have a big weekend ahead in soccer. English Premier League is where we'll start. So Newcastle over Brighton 4-1, and then Saturday, 7:30 Tottenham, Brentford, 10 o'clock Bournemouth, Man United, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Wolves, Everton, 12:30 Nottingham Forest, Arsenal. Sunday, 8:30 West Ham, Leeds, 9 o'clock Brighton, Southampton, 11 o'clock Man City, and Chelsea. I'm trying to think of who else we had yesterday. Other than Premier League. So we'll just go through everything we need to preview. Mexican Liga went last night. America over Guadalajara 1-0 first leg. And then Saturday, second leg, Monterrey and Tigres tied on aggregate. That's at 9 o'clock Saturday. Sunday at 10 o'clock, you have America and Guadalajara. And America leads 1-0 on aggregate in the second leg. German Bundesliga today, 2:30 at Freiburg and Wolfsburg. Should be an interesting game. Today, Freiburg minus 105, Wolfsburg plus 250, draw plus 270. Freiburg's home, but Wolfsburg's playing better. I'm going to go with Wolfsburg at plus 250 on the road. Saturday, 9:30, Hertha Bochum, Schalke Frankfurt, Hoffenheim Union Berlin, Bremen Cologne, and then 12:30, Bayern RB Leipzig. And then Sunday, Mainz and Stuttgart at 9:30, 11:30, Augsburg, Dortmund, and 1:30, Leverkusen and Gladbach. La Liga today, 3 o'clock, you have Cadiz and Valladolid. Neither of these teams have been playing well of late. Cadiz is plus 115, Real Valladolid is plus 220, and the draw is plus 230. I'm going to go with the draw plus 230. Serie A today, 2:45, Sassuolo and Monza. Sassuolo plus 115, Monza plus 210, draw plus 250. I'm going to go with Monza here at plus 210 for a road upset. Saturday, 9 o'clock, Cremonese and Bologna. 12 o'clock, Atalanta and Verona. And 2:45, Milan and Sampdoria. Sunday, 6:30, Lecce Spezia. 9 o'clock, Torino Fiorentina. 12 o'clock, Napoli Inter Milan. And 2:45, Udinese and Lazio. League One. Today, 3 o'clock, you have Lyon and Monaco at 3 o'clock. Lyon's plus 135, Monaco's plus 165, the draw's plus 290. I'm going to go with Lyon and home at plus 135. Saturday, 11 o'clock, Nantes and Montpellier, 3 o'clock, Lille and Marseille. Sunday, 7 o'clock, AC Ajaccio and Rennes. 9 o'clock, Brest and Clermont-Foot. Nice and Toulouse, Reims Angers, Troyes, Strasbourg. 11 o'clock, Lorient and Lens. And 2:45, Auxerre and PSG. Now we'll do Dutch Eredivisie. Big day Sunday. 8:30, Ajax and FC Utrecht. Excelsior and Fortuna. Emmen and Feyenoord. Go Ahead Eagles, FC Volendam. NEC AZ Alkmaar. PSV and Heerenveen. RKC Waldwijk, FC Twente. Sparta and Cambuur. And Vitesse and FC Groningen. So everybody going at once. And then nothing with the English League Championship over the weekend. We won't have UEFA until the championship in June. MLS. All right, Saturday, 7:30, Charlotte, Nashville, DC United, Galaxy, Cincy, Columbus, Miami, Orlando, Red Bulls, Montreal, Philly, New England. 8:30, Austin, Toronto, Chicago, Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, Colorado, Salt Lake at 9:30, St. Louis, KC, 10:30, LAFC, San Jose, 10:30 as well, Portland, Minnesota, and Vancouver against Seattle. And then the NWSL over the weekend, 7 o'clock, North Carolina, Angel City, Orlando, Washington, KC, Louisville at 8, 8:30, Houston and San Diego. Sunday, 5 o'clock, Portland, Chicago, and 6 o'clock, you have OL Reign and Gotham. All right, so there you go for the soccer. WNBA, today is the first day of the season. We talked about it with Jeff Maglicetti on the podcast yesterday. We have 4 games today. 7 o'clock, you have the Liberty against the Mystics. It's a Commissioner's Cup game. Right off the bat. The Liberty are favorite, 2.5 totals, 162.5. I'm willing to take the Mystics plus 2.5 and plus 128 outright. I'm just not sure how the Liberty are going to mesh right away. Elena Delle Donne back for the Mystics, so I'm going to take the Mystics plus 128 outright and plus 2.5 on the spread. Also, Commissioner's Cup game, Sun Fever. The Sun are favored by 7.5 totals, 160.5. Elia Boston's debut for the Fever. I'm going to lay with the Sun, but I don't feel good about it. 8 o'clock, Sky Lynx. The Lynx are favored by 3.5 total, 163.5. I'm going to take the Chicago Sky, getting the 3.5 and plus 142 to win outright. And then 11 o'clock on ESPN, Mercury Sparks. You would think this is going to be Ryan Ruocco and Rebecca Lobo. The return of Brittany Griner against the Sparks in LA. The Sparks are given 2.5 totals, 158.5. I like the full game over in this game. I think that's going to be a tremendous game at Crypto.com Arena. All right, Saturday, 1 o'clock on ABC of The Dream and the Wings, and 3 o'clock on ABC, Commissioner's Cup Aces Storm. So you would think that Ryan Ruocco will be from LA to Seattle, so that's a quick turnaround for him. And then Sunday, 1 o'clock, you have the Mystics and the Sun. 2 o'clock on Twitter, you have the Fever and the Liberty. Those are both Commissioner's Cup games. And at 4 o'clock on ESPN, you have the Sky against the Mercury. All right, my top 8 this year in the WNBA. All right, my pick for the 1 seed, I'm going to go with the Vegas Aces. I think that they'll overcome preseason turmoil and will be the top seed. The 2 seed, I'm going to go with the New York Liberty. Maybe a slow start's in store, but I think they'll be a good second-half team and ultimately end up at the 2 spot. 3rd, I'm going to go with the Washington Mystics. Healthy Elena Delle Donne. That team's just tough to pick against. The 4th seed, I'm going to go with the Connecticut Sun. They're usually a good team in the league. And I believe that they'll be right back in it. The 5 seed, I'm going to go with the Chicago Sky. I think, like Jeff Maglicetti, that some are sleeping on this team. A lot of losses and turnover, but I think they'll be fine. 6th, I'm going to go with the Phoenix Mercury. I think that it's going to take some time for this group to get back into form after a tumultuous year last year. 7th, I'm going to go with the Seattle Storm. I just think they're going to take a step back with the loss of Brianna Stewart. So I think that team's going to be disappointing for that team. And then 8th, I'm going to go with the LA Sparks. I think that they are still relevant and will hang around. Honorable mentions to the Dream and the Wings. I won't be shocked if they make the playoffs. I don't think the Lynx are there yet. And the Fever of LA, Boston, but not much else. My pick to win the finals, I think another New York team is going to win a championship. That's not a football, baseball, hockey, or basketball team. Or I should say NBA. It's going to be a basketball team. It's not going to be the Knicks or the Nets. It's going to be the New York Liberty. I really like the offseason moves they made, bringing in Brianna Stewart and her and Sabrina Ionescu. I think are going to be a really good power duo together. I think the crowds are going to be tremendous in Brooklyn this year. And unlike the Brooklyn Nets, I think this super team is actually going to work. So I'm going to take the New York Liberty over the Las Vegas Aces in 4 games to win the 2023 WNBA Championship. League MVP, I'm going to go with Elena Delle Donne because I just think that she is so important to her team's success. And her presence makes a huge difference in that team's lineup, and I have them 3rd this year. So I'm going to say Elena Delle Donne is your league MVP. And if there's going to be a crasher this year, it's going to be the Washington Mystics. So there you have it for some WNBA predictions and stuff. Now we'll move on to golf. We'll go over the current leaderboard for the PGA Championship. Your leader right now with the score of 4 under is Bryson DeChambeau. Tied for 2nd with 3 under, Scotty Scheffler, Corey Connors, and Dustin Johnson. Tied for 5th with 2 under, Ryan Fox. Victor Hovland, Keegan Bradley, Sepp Straka, Keith Mitchell, Justin Rose, Thomas Peters, Michael Block, Eric Cole. Tied for 14th with 1 under, Justin Suit, Cam Davis, Max Homa, Adam Scott, Harold Varner III. Tied for 18th at even, Harold Varner III, Kurt Katayama, Adam Svensson, Matthew Neesmith, Hayden Buckley, Nate Taylor, Chris Kirk, Adam Hadwin, Patrick Rogers. Tied for 27th with 1 over. Just going to go through notables now. Scott Stevens, B.U. Hassler, City Thiglia, Colin Morikawa, Rory McIlroy, Callum Tarrant, Mark Hubbard, Patrick Reed, Hideki Matsuyama, Victor Perez, Brett Horschel. Tied for 40th with 2 over. Davis Riley, Brooks Koepka, JT Potson, Cam Smith, Lucas Donald, Brendan Steele, Tony Finau, Xander Schauffele, Mito Pereira, Ben Taylor, Matt Wallace. Tied for 57th with 3 over. Gary Woodland, Jimmy Walker, Jordan Spieth, Shane Lowry, Christian Ziedenhout, Tommy Fleetwood, Stefan Yeager, Cam Young, Phil Mickelson, Ricky Fowler, J.J. Spawn, Francesco Molinari. Tied for 74th with 4 over. Joel Dahman, Adam Schenk, Taylor Hogue, Adam Putnam, Scott Stallings, Zach Johnson, Joaquin Niemann, Alex Noren, Mackenzie Hughes, Taylor Moore, Taylor Montgomery, Anirban Lahiri, Thomas Dietrich. Tied for 93rd with 5 over. You have Ben Griffin, Nicholas Echeverria, Alex Smalley. Tied for 108th with 6 over. John Rahm, Matt Fitzpatrick, Jason Day, Tyrell Hatton, Taylor Gooch. Tied for 125th with 7 over. Trey Mullinax, Davis Thompson, Abraham Answer, tied for 135th with 8 over. Emiliano Grillo, Matt McNeely, Webb Simpson, Harry English. Tied for 143rd with 9 over. Sanjay M. Tied for 153rd with 11 over. Kenny Pigman. 149th with 10 over. Sam Ryder. If you skip that, I'd Sam Burns. And that's it among notables. NASCAR, we just have a truck race and then the NASCAR Open and the All-Star race. So truck race tomorrow, 1:30 from North Wilkesboro Speedway on Fox Sports 1 in North Carolina. The Tyson 250. Should be an interesting race this weekend. So for my pick, I'm going to lay 1/10 of a unit on it. And I'm going to go with someone that's been racing pretty well lately, and that's Ty Majeski at 14-1 to win the inaugural Tyson 250. And then the Cup Series, the All-Star Open, which is Sunday at 5:30 from North Wilkesboro. And then whoever wins this gets to the All-Star race. So we have in the Open, Ty Gibbs, Ryan Preece, and Josh Berry are all 4-1 favorites. Eric Almirola plus 450. AJ Allmendinger is 14-1. Michael Badal 16-1. Tal Gilliland's 18. So is Noah Gragson, Justin Haley, Harrison Burton, Chandler Smith. 28-1 Corey LaJoie, and then it gets weird. Brian Newman 80-1, which is funny. So for the NASCAR Open, I'm going to go with somebody that's been racing pretty well this year in the Cup Series, actually. And I think that this person is going to emerge in the Open here and make the All-Star race. So, this is a tough one. I thought about going with Allmendinger. But all these guys have been racing pretty well in both Xfinity and Cup. But this feels tailor-made for somebody like Justin Haley. So I'm going to go with Justin Haley at 18-1 to win the All-Star Open, to make the All-Star race. And then the All-Star race, but the wild card about the All-Star race in the Open is that North Wilkesboro is new. So it's hard to predict who is going to win this race. So for the All-Star race, I'm going to go with somebody that I think is flying under the radar a little bit. And I think it's just due to come through on a big stage. I'm going to go with Chase Briscoe at 28-1 to win the 2023 NASCAR All-Star race. All right, Sunday's also the season finale of American Idol. We are down to the final three. Ian Tongi, Megan Danielle, and Colin Stow. It's going to be a really fun show. They all did the homecoming episode on Monday. And now they're going to be singing for the title for real on Sunday night. A ton of big names will be on the season finale, whether it's alumni or current stars. There might be some surprises in there as well. I think you'll see a lot of the finalists in here that got voted off in the past. I think we'll see somebody like Wiani. We're going to see somebody like Tyson Venegas. We may see Haven Madison. We may see Nutsa. We may see Lucy Love. We may see Warren P. and Zachariah. So I think we're going to see a lot of contestants that were voted off throughout the season in this finale as well. But right now I'm going to pick how it's going to play out. I think the second runner-up is going to be Colin Stow. I have no doubt in my mind that Colin will be the second runner-up. He's been great this whole season. I think that he could have been a winner in some of the other seasons. And he does have a lot of potential. And your winner of Season 21 of American Idol will be Ian Tongi. Of course it's going to be Ian Tongi. He's been the most lovely, fun singer they've had all season. He's been the best singer they have had all season. He's amazing. His story's incredible. He should be proud of where he is today. And he is just a special human being, too. And I think he's somebody that really has a career after American Idol. So I'm going to say Ian Tongi wins, and Megan Danielle is a very worthy runner-up. She's somebody that got better and better and better as the season got on. And I ultimately feel that she emerged as the best female vocalist on the show for a reason. And she's going to have a career post-Idol, too. And so will Colin. And I think Megan could have won in any other year. Like, I don't think she's as talented as, say, Maddie Poppy. But she's really good. Maybe she could be the next Gabby Barrett, where you don't win, but end up becoming successful anyway. So I really like Megan Danielle. And I think that she has a lot of potential, too. So I'm going to say Colin's your second runner-up. Megan is your first runner-up. And your winner, of course, will be the one and only Ian Tongi. All right, news and notes. Not a lot of news and notes today for a Friday, amazingly enough. So we'll talk basketball first. LeBron says he'll be ready for Saturday as he stepped on Aaron Gordon's foot, but nothing is keeping him from playing. The funniest part of yesterday's game was Jamal Murray going on his heater and pointing at Mike Breen after drilling a clutch three, as he called his own bang, which was kind of funny. And then Mark Jackson mentioned it right away in the broadcast. Mike Malone rips the Lakers narrative as he slams the national narrative about the Lakers being fine after a Game 1 loss. Of course he did that. Dwight Howard invites LeBron to Taiwan after the Lakers went down 0-2 to the Nuggets. That's funny. There's a new Austin Reeves meme going around after Game 2. Jeremy Schoen called out LeBron James for flopping on Twitter last night. And LeBron went viral for the wrong reasons after he blew a wide-open dunk. It's going to end up on the Shaqtin' a Fool. So, poor LeBron. Some non-conference finals related NBA news. James Harden pushed for the Doc Rivers firing as members of Rivers' staff felt that James was a driving force behind the decision. And the Sixers are considering Nick Nurse as they'll interview him. That would be a good get if they were to hire him. Despite rumors that the Lakers were going to start Rui Hachimura, they ended up starting D'Angelo Russell and Jared Vanderbilt to go with LeBron, AD, and Reeves. Damian Lillard sounded off on Twitter to the fans who want to see him traded. Speaking of LeBron, Bryce James, his son, is leaving Sierra Canyon and will play next season with Rip Hamilton's son Richard at Campbell Hall. So that is interesting high school basketball news in California. Some NFL news. We have a Super Bowl 60 site, as the league is expected to approve Levi Stadium as the host of Super Bowl 60 in 2026. That's a good spot for it. California, hopefully good weather. So, we'll see if that actually gets approved or not. So a funny video on Instagram that TJ Watt posted as he fell in a pool, which was kind of funny, but he was okay, luckily enough. Josh Donaldson suffers a setback as he sliced his thumb while putting together something at home, delaying his return to the lineup. That's according to MLB Network's Brian Hoke. Josh Donaldson, I just don't think is a good baseball player anymore. He's just not. Maybe he'll come back in the summer and show signs of like how Aaron Hicks is doing right now, but I just don't see it. Hockey news, the NHL to meet with Joel Quenneville. We're talking about his status after he resigned over Blackhawks' failure to address sexual abuse allegation. So it's obvious that Joel wants back in the league, and maybe he wants that Ranger job, but the Rangers still want Joel Quenneville. If they end up hiring Joel Quenneville, Larry Brooks should be fired from his job because he said the Rangers weren't interested. And he's the best when it comes to news with the Rangers. He ain't fake news, Larry Brooks, when it comes to New York Rangers. But lying about something like that, a coach that's very controversial, then Brooks is going to take a big hit. And this would be worse than John Heyman jumping the gun on that Arson Judge fella going to San Francisco. But I do think that Quinn will end up back in the league, but I just don't think it's going to be with the New York Rangers. I think maybe Calgary or somebody like that. Teuvo Teravainen came back last night for the Hurricanes against the Panthers. So that's great news for them. And expansion announced in Major League Soccer. It's coming to San Diego as the league's 30th franchise will begin play in 2025, and the club will be part owned by Padres third baseman Manny Machado. So, that's awesome. All right, so best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. There's a couple that I like today. The Liberty line just went up to 3.5 against the Mystics. I don't know why people are betting on the Liberty. But I'm not going to touch WNBA for best bet. My best bet won yesterday. I had who did I have yesterday? I had a soccer team. Newcastle against Brighton. But there's a couple baseball totals that I like. I'll hop back to the well at the baseball totals. But the one that jumped out at me the most was over 9 between the Rockies and the Rangers. This Kaufman, we don't know. Martin Perez. Yeah, Martin Perez. Career year last year. And so far this year, he has been okay. But I like over 9 minus 118. I'm going to lay the full unit on it for best bet of the day. All right, so I'll be back on Monday, recapping everything from the weekend, looking at everything for Monday. Maybe a couple guests next week, we shall see again. And maybe I'll have some activities because a lot of the events and such are dying down. Maybe NBA mock draft or something, and a couple of other things as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.